How you doing? He's a handsome boy. He's a handsome boy, isn't he? Oh, the people are going to love you. I think that sometimes brown shoes can look a little bit too boring. However, I think these are just right. I think the difference in textures and just the unique style of them, they really wear this monochromatic brown color scheme quite well. And I'm really loving this pair. Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you with another pair of kicks. My wife's account actually hit for this pair of kicks on sneakers. Today I want to look at the newest Sachs General Purpose Shoe. Stick around to the end because I'm going to throw them on feet, talk about some sizing, and just give you all a look at how they are whenever you've got them on. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these brown Sachs General Purpose shoes. Alright, so this box is exactly like the other general purpose shoe releases so far. I like the design of it. I like how it's handwritten there, NIKECRAFT. And then even on the sides you get some, it almost looks like doodling, but it looks like it's handwritten. General Purpose Shoe, NIKECRAFT, Sachs. And Sachs is an artist slash designer. He probably wasn't on my radar until the Mars Yard 2.0 came out. But ever since then, he's definitely had my attention. He uses like NASA type rocket space influence a lot of times. And these shoes he basically created to do anything, just to wear them. There's really nothing fancy about these, but I think they're named very appropriately as general purpose shoe. It's basically just a shoe for everyday wear. Whatever you're getting into, this is going to be a good shoe for it. The tag reads general purpose shoe. The colors are pecan and dark field brown. One thing that I think is weird is how these come in women's sizing, and they always come in extended women's sizing, so they go up to big men's sizes too. My regular size in men's is a 10, but that equates to a women's 11.5. So that's why the tag reads 11.5. I really don't get why they do women's sizing on these, because I don't think they're feminine at all. I don't think they're overly masculine either. I think it's definitely a shoe for men and women, but I don't know. That's beyond me. I like that verbiage on the bottom, own less, do more. That's a good reminder that I need to clear some shoes out of my collection. I think the retail price on these was $110 altogether, shipped and everything. It came to like $116, which isn't bad at all. And enough talking about the box. Here is our first look at the Sachs General Purpose Shoe in the brown colorway. And right off the bat, if I had to pick a favorite based on first impressions of these, my favorite is still the original colorway, which is the cream with little hits of blue and gray. But I still have that pair on ice, and I plan on throwing these on almost immediately. Like, I just feel like there's a lot that I could rock these with. I like how there's not a whole lot going on. I like how they're pretty simple and they're very monochromatic. Basically everything is brown except for the tag. But there's just something fresh about them. There's something unique about them. They don't really look like anything else. It almost looks like a designer version of like an old school ACG shoe. Just the shade of brown that it is, and different elements like the old school waffle outsole, along with this neat, unique texture that we get on the midsole. I just think they're done really well. I like that there's a lot of different layers to these. The top is basically like a mesh or kind of like a knit material. It feels a little bit stiff at first, but it breaks in pretty quickly. But then it's also got this coating. It's like a protectant, almost like a rubberized coating that you can see going in different areas of the shoe, and that's kind of what the swoosh is on there with as well. But then we have hits of suede overlays in that nice brown color, and it just comes together really well. I really think they're neat. They're definitely unique. And lately I've really been itching for things that feel different to add to my collection. Nothing against Dunks, nothing against Jordan 1s, or I've now got a ton of Form 84s and that kind of stuff. Nothing against those, but it's so refreshing to get something that feels unique and brand new. And even though I already have a pair of these, this colorway doesn't look anything like the color that I have. So I'm really pumped to have these in the collection. Just for a quick reference, this is the original colorway that I'm referring to. And you can see it's got a much lighter color to it. It's a lot of creams, a lot of grays. The midsole is a lot lighter on the original color. And that blue really pops off of there. I really like that blue hit on these, and I do prefer this pair, but this pair is also dope, and I plan on getting a lot of wear out of them. There was also a yellow pair of these, and I went for those, but I never hit on them, and it's not a shoe that I wanted enough to pay resale for. I probably wouldn't have paid resale for these either, but actually I think prices on the resale market for these right now are pretty affordable. I don't know if they'll stay that way. I don't know if prices will climb. I don't like to predict that stuff because I just like buying shoes that I like. I think that these were created to kind of look better with age, and I really appreciate that. So like I said before, I'm going to throw these on feet today just so y'all can see how they look on feet, and also we'll discuss some sizing and that sort of thing. But getting into the review, you can see that this outsole, it's just a black, it's a really hard rubber, and underneath the heel it's got some of that NIKECRAFT branding, and it looks like it's kind of doodled on there. But the tread pattern is just like a retro running shoe. It's just like a waffle pattern that, you know, retro Nike running shoes are known for. But I like how simple that is, and I think it's probably pretty effective too. It seems like it would take a long time to wear those nubs down. It kind of gives you the feel of like off-road tires or something like that. And coming up from the black on the outsole, this I believe is a dark brown, and it's almost got the texture of like an outdoor basketball. It's just got all these little bumps on there, all these little circular bumps, but I love how simple it is. I love how flat it is, and there's not too much going on. They're not too busy, but they just look so interesting to me at the same time. But that's all just like a dark brown color. And as we come up from that, here in the front, we can see that we've got this nice dark brown suede over top of the mudguard, and just below that, I mentioned before, it's got like kind of this protective coating. It's almost like a rubberized material, but that's a different shade of brown. And I just like how there's all these slightly different variations of brown on the shoe. We've got these nice brown suede overlays here on the mudguard, and then we've also got them going up the side of the shoe just above the midsole. And then we also have that nice brown suede overlay on the heel at the base here, as well as at the top, and we've got some Nike branding there. And I like how that's just pressed in. It's not like a walking billboard or anything. Then we've got one more area of brown suede, and that's going up and down the eye stays here. And on all these brown suede panels, it looks like the stitching is also brown to match, going along with that monochromatic theme. And then for the base of the shoe, it's kind of this heavy feeling knit, and it's another shade of brown. It's very breathable, and I really like the texture that it gives the shoe. It gives it like a cozy kind of look, and we see that knit on the base of the upper, but we also see it on the tongue. And when you look at the tongue, you can actually see that there's foam just underneath of this top coating, and that foam has perforations in it. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not, but it's pretty cool looking. Then for our swooshes, I was thinking that that was like a dark brown, but it actually might be a charcoal, like a really dark gray color. And that's kind of like that rubberized material that we see down here just underneath the mud guard on the toe of the shoe, but it's just a different shade. And I think that's dope looking. It kind of complements the outsole pretty well. And we've just got some flat dark brown laces. They kind of match the color of the midsole. It's a darker brown than the upper of the shoe. And then at the top of the tongue, we've got a white Nike tag with kind of the old school Nike labeling with the orange swoosh. And then we've got this black canvas tab that's kind of going through the tag. And we see that on the tongue, but then we also see that on the heel tab as well. It looks like the insole and the sock liner is the exact same shade of brown as the outside of the shoe. And we've got some more NIKECRAFT branding down on there and a swoosh. And we've also got some nice padding going along the heel here on the inside of the shoe. But that was a pretty quick in-hand look. I'm going to go ahead and throw these on feet because I haven't worn this silhouette yet. And I'm interested in seeing how the sizing works out. And also, I just want to give y'all a look at how they look on foot. Puppy dog, come here. Here, let me put you in my video. How you doing? He's a handsome boy. He's a handsome boy, isn't he? Oh, the people are gonna love you. You gonna go see my doggy? Alright, so I've got them on feet and I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I don't think they're uncomfortable at all. I actually think they're pretty comfortable. I was worried that maybe I should have gone a half size up just because I have wide feet, but these fit well. I went true to size just like I do in Jordan 1s or Dunk lows, and they fit really, really well. I really like the look of them too. I think that sometimes brown shoes can look a little bit too boring. However, I think these are just right. I think the difference in textures and just the unique style of them, they really wear this monochromatic brown color scheme quite well. And I'm really, really loving this pair. So I definitely think that true to size is the way to go on these. Now, that being said, keep in mind that it is women's sizing. So if you wear a size 10 like me, then you will have to go up 1.5 sizes. So like I ordered an 11.5 in women's, but that comes out to my true to size 10. And they fit perfect for me. I don't even really think there's going to be a long break-in period. I think they feel great on foot. They've got a real firm cushioning, so that might take some getting used to, and maybe that will get softer with time, but they feel pretty hard and pretty rigid under feet, but it doesn't cause discomfort for my feet. All right, well, hopefully that was enough to give you a good look at these. I think true to size is the way to go. I really think it's a great shoe just for pretty much doing anything, running errands or even like a date night or something like that. I think if I was still going to the office, they'd be perfect for wearing to work, but I don't know if I'll ever make it back on site. But let me know what you think about these Tom Sachs. Let me know what your favorite colorway of the general purpose shoes is. I still think that my favorite colorway is the original release, but these are definitely a close second, and I think it's very, very wearable. I appreciate y'all watching tremendously, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.